Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is August 22, 2019. This is the August hearing of the Special Magistrate for Oviedo, Florida. Today we have two separate dockets. The first is the administrative docket. The second is the code enforcement docket. We're going to start with the administrative citation docket. The case on that docket is number C8214, Paul Chu, tag number 809NEW, and this was for a citation issued June 20, 2019. Apparently it's a parking citation. Who's going to be speaking to this today? All right, anyone else? Mr. Chu here, will you be speaking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, step forward, Mr. Chu, and officer, step up to the microphone, please. All right, first, give me your name, officer.
My name is COP Logan Smith.
What was the first name again?
Logan.
L-O-G-A-N. And your name, sir?
Paul Chu.
All right, would you both raise your right hands? Do you solemnly affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, Mr. Chu, we'll hear first from Officer Smith, and then we'll hear from you. So if you want to be seated, feel free. Okay? Mr. Smith, what do you have for us? All right, you've handed me a copy of the parking citation and some photographs. It looks like there's a copy of the citation, 1, 2, 3, 4 photographs. That will be received into evidence as the city's exhibit. All right, go ahead, Mr. Smith.
Okay. So that evening, I was patrolling around the backside of the Oviedo Mall, and there's a row of handicap parking spaces, and I passed the vehicle from the front and did not see a hanging placard, and so I went to the backside of the vehicle, and there was no tag. There was no handicap tag on the back end, so I did my best to look in the vehicle, see if I could see a handicap placard setting anywhere in the vehicle. I could not. So I cannot run the vehicle myself to get more information, but I can call in for that. So I called the tag and dispatch and asked for them to look for a disability permit assigned to that vehicle, and they called back and said that there was no record of a disability permit assigned to that vehicle. So I wrote the citation for parking in a handicap spot without proper...
All right, so the violation is parking in a handicap space without a tag or a placard.
Yes, sir.
And these are photographs of the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Was the space clearly marked?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I see the photograph here, above ground sign and on the ground
Yes,
marking.
sir.
All right. All right, thank you. Mr. Chu. Yes, sir. What do you have for us?
So that evening, I took my sister down. She's in a wheelchair right now, and I took her down, and it was like 10 minutes closing to the mall.
You have to speak up, Mr. Chu.
That evening, I took my sister down on a wheelchair, and it was like 10 minutes closing in the Oviedo Mall, so I completely forgot, but I did have it on the driver's side. for the placard.
All right, and whose placard is that?
This is my sister's.
Your sister's placard?
Yes, sir.
Was she with you?
Yes, sir.
And was that placard issued as of June 20, 2019?
Is it the yellow thing right here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's.
How long has she had that placard?
I don't know that information currently, but it's pretty new.
All right, but you had it with you, you just did not have it displayed.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right, I am going to find that there was a violation. However, because the preponderance of the evidence does show that there was a placard issued to at least a handicapped occupant of the vehicle at the time, I'm going to waive the fine as required by Florida statutes section 318.18 subsection 6. So there'll be no fine. But Mr. Chu, I do suggest to you make sure you have that thing displayed. Obviously this is an inconvenience for you. And of course it's an inconvenience for the officer, so do your best to keep that thing displayed if you would, sir. Yes. I can't hear you.
If there's tie downs and there's a ramp in the car, does that help support, I guess, the fact that I need that handcuff spot?
No, because that doesn't prove you were in the vehicle at the time. Okay. If you had not been in the vehicle that evening, then it would still have been a violation, even though Mr. Chu had the placard with him. He can't use the placard if you aren't in the vehicle. So the fact that there's a ramp is not evidence that someone in the vehicle has a placard. Okay? Well, thank you both. Okay. I'll be sending out an order, but I will be waiving the fine, so there will be no fine. All right, that is the end of the administrative citation document. We'll take about a 5-minute break, and then we'll go into the code enforcement document.